All right. I don't know why this keep happening to me when I do a reading. So I am doing another reading today. So I wanted to do a reading today because of the numbers, the date. The date for today is 6/2/26. And to me, that was kind of significant because in a way it represents 4/4 and 10/10. So this day could be representing completion, something coming full circle, or you could be coming into harmony with a romantic person or a partner or a business partner because it's giving Four of Wands energy, and Four of Wands energy can represent either a union between two romantic partners, or it could be a union of two people coming together for a business venture. So, and it's funny because this was the energy that I was kind of picking up yesterday, whether it was a union between romantic partners or business partners. So I'm kind of still getting that energy a little bit today also, but I was also picking up mainly a mirroring effect. And what I mean by that is the numbers are kind of like a reflection of each other, like the 6/2/26, 62/26, flip it, and when you're like in a mirror, the everything is kind of backwards. So I kind of was getting a mirroring effect. So in a way, it's like I'm trying to decipher, because this is a collective reading. I'm trying to decipher, is this a mirroring effect between lovers or yourself? Like, is this a time of shadow work? Because we are still in the new moon phase. So this could be your time to still do that shadow work, that inner healing, that inner discovery. So I'm going to be using some decks that I have not used yet on this channel. And I'm kind of excited about this because I have a lot of decks and I want to utilize all my decks on my channel. So before I get into the reading, let me do my introduction. I am Ashley. This is the Intuitive Wellness Studio Tarot. I am new to the YouTube streets. I am a spiritual life coach. I am just trying to build my brand. I'm just trying to put myself out there. My whole goal is to just basically help people on this healing journey because life is hard and you basically need tools to navigate this thing called life. And I'm just here to basically help any way I can. I can provide my services and I can also suggest services because I am not a licensed therapist. I am not a licensed psychologist. I am just simply, my forte is spirituality and life coaching, basically. Dog is whining. But yes, so this is another collective reading. So if it resonates, that's great. If it don't, just, wait for the next reading, basically. So first deck I'm going to be pulling from is the Crystal Oracle deck. Spirit, can I get some clarifying messages for the collective for this reading? What do they need to know at this time? Because I really do feel like today is a significant day. This is a kind of a powerful day. This could be a good day to manifest, but I don't think it's really a good day to manifest per se. I think it's more of a good day of self-reflection. Whether it's personal or romantic. But let's see. Let's see what the Spirit has in store. Wow. I'm going to do 3. One more step. I kind of wanted to pop a little bit. One more. Okay, there we go. There we go. Overall energy. Rose quartz. So I'm getting right off the bat with this rose quartz. This is definitely some type of self-reflection. This is some type of mirror work that you have to do with yourself. But then again, well, no, because rose quartz represents self-love. So I think this is a reading of self-love, self-discovery, that mirroring. Um, I kind of feel like spirit is encouraging you to do some mirror work. And what I mean by mirror work is because I did some mirror work myself during my time of separation with my ex-husband. During that time was a very, very low point for me. Forgive the dog. Um, it was a time of serious healing, self-discovery. Um, I really had to rebuild my self-esteem for so many different reasons. And one of the things that I used to do was just look at myself in the mirror. And back when I had me and my ex-husband still had our home until we sold it, we had a room that had like a full body mirror. Like it was like the closet door was a mirror. And I remember what I used to do to build up my self-esteem was to take pictures of myself, like selfies. Um, I would take a picture of my outfit, like I would get really nice, because at that time of my separation, that was around the time of COVID. So when I could go out, I got dressed up, whether it was just me going to the movies. Well, I don't know if I was going to the movies quite just that at that time. I don't think, but regardless, I would be going to like somewhere as simple as the mall, out to eat, wherever. If I was out, I got dressed and I took pictures of myself, and I forced myself and challenged myself to do that despite how I felt, you know, and I would post it on Facebook. And that was my way of rebuilding my self-confidence again, feeling good about myself again. Um, and I would also talk to myself in the mirror. You know, I would speak life into myself. I would be like, I'm going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. You're going to get through this. You are strong. You know, I would just say different mantras or speaking just life into myself, but I would look at myself in the mirror. So that's the type of mirror work I'm talking about. So the cards that I pulled out, the first one is Aquamarine. So right off the bat, because I don't know if you guys know by now how I read, but I look at everything on the card. To me, that's why I have different decks, because to me, different decks represent different messages. So what I'm getting right off the bat with the colors here is I'm getting slightly blue, but I'm getting a lot of clear. And aquamarine is like a light blue. So what I'm getting with this card before I look at the book, I'm getting that right now you're trying to gain some clarity before having some type of communication. I'm not sure what this communication is about, but I think Spirit wants you to think about it first before you speak. That's why it's more clear than blue. And blue can represent communication, but I'm getting it's not quite time for you to speak yet. I'm getting very heavy with this card, the Ace of Swords. And Ace of Swords is air energy, which we are in Gemini season, which is air energy. But I'm getting that you really have to, I'm not really getting communication, I'm getting thinking, because air energy is about the mind also. I think Spirit really wants you to take your time and think about what you're about to speak on. Excuse me. It is interesting how the next card after Aquamarine is Clear Quartz. Now, Clear Quartz, I'm getting air energy again. So I think right now, Spirit wants you to clear out your energy too. Clear out your energy. I think Spirit really wants you to meditate I'm not quite sure what you're really thinking about. It could be something regarding now, because the only reason why I'm saying what I'm about to say next is it's because of the colors. I'm going off of the colors right now, and I feel like based off of this color, because this is sacral chakra, which is usually like sexual energy, fire energy. I think spirit wants you to really think about something. I'm picking up two messages. Spirit wants you to think before you act on something. Like, don't be so hasty, because fire energy can be kind of quick, impulsive. I think spirit wants you to think before you act, because you could regret something. Like, don't be so impulsive. Don't be so just whatever, like Eight of Swords energy. Because I'm picking up Eight of Swords energy very heavy with this card. Eight of Swords energy is moving very fast communication, just fast pace, just fast action. You just going like fucking Roadrunner. But I think spirit wants you to relax. Now, the second message that I'm getting is spirit wants you to think before you become intimate with somebody. I'm getting some sexual energy here. Think before you sleep with someone. Think about that. So, Tiger Iron. I'm getting a lot of fire here. I'm kind of getting Leo energy with this Tiger Iron. It's funny because so far, the energies that I'm picking up is Gemini, Aquarius, Leo, and I'm getting Aries too. So the overall energy is, now I really don't know if this is how you say this. Let's think about this. Carnelian? I think this is how you pronounce this? Carnelian? I don't know, but okay. I'm getting a lot of sacral chakra energy again. Fire energy. Could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. I'm getting mainly Aries though for some reason. And then the near future energy is rose quartz, which represents self-love and healing. It also represents like softer energy, like more feminine energy. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a man or a woman, because energy is fluid. But, excuse me, this could be representing some type of self-love, self-care. Like maybe, okay, I don't know why when I said self-love, self-care, I instantly heard spirit say, whoever I am channeling, you need to stop sleeping with people so much to feel something. Like I'm hearing you're lacking a little bit of self-love, and I think spirit wants you to, instead of engaging in sexual activity to feel better about yourself, how about you just stay to yourself? Because that's not the way to go. You are definitely trying to fill a void in an unhealthy way. Now, I don't know if you had a breakup. I don't know if you're lonely. But I think if you focus on your self-love, you won't feel the need to do that. Now, we all have needs, especially if we're grown, okay? But you cannot let your private parts control you. If you are a woman, my good sis, get some toys. Okay. Practice some safe sex. And depending on your age group, you won't get pregnant. And you won't catch nothing either. I'm not sensing that, but I'm just saying, you just got to be careful out here these days, Just got to be careful. And this is another thing that people don't talk about. When you have sex with someone, you are having an energy exchange. You don't want to exchange energy with everybody. Everybody does not deserve that. That is sacred. Okay? Your body is literally a temple, not a fucking fun house at a carnival. Okay? People need to be very mindful of spiritual exchanges because that is a thing. Okay? You exchanging that energy, you be getting things attached to you that don't need to be attached to you. Soul ties. You be thinking you in love with the person when you really not. You just exchanged energy. People don't understand sex is powerful. It's very powerful. Not everyone deserves that experience with you. I feel like I need to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. That's confirmation. So that's basically the energy. Spirit, that's the message. Spirit wants someone out there to stay to themselves. Do some healing work. And I don't know why I'm hearing this, but it's definitely necessary because that's why I'm hearing it. But whoever I am channeling, Spirit wants you to get some help. Because someone that I am channeling, I think you might have a problem. And what I mean by that is I'm sensing a slight sexual addiction. You might want to seek some help about that because you don't want to go down a deeper rabbit hole. You know, you want to stop that as soon as you can, you know, because that's serious. Your health can be at jeopardy with that. So you need to take care of yourself. And there's no shame in getting help. You know, things happen. Like I said, life is hard. And this is a judgment-free zone. Life is hard. Things happen. And certain things are hard to cope with. That's why there are professionals out there for certain things, for these types of services or problems or issues or whatever. You know, nobody's perfect. Everyone has their issues and problems. And there's no shame in getting help. You know. I kind of get the feeling that whoever I am channeling, you've been wanting help, but you kind of didn't know where to go. Might have felt a little ashamed. Maybe that's why you've been trying to think about before you do it. But I think the issue, the problem, the addiction is kind of clouding your judgment. But I think that when you stay to yourself, things will get a little bit clearer for you and a little bit better for you. Because I am sensing that this is kind of controlling your life. And I feel like you feel like you're spiraling a little bit. So I do recommend that you can try to get some type of help. To be honest, I wouldn't even know where to start with something like that because I've never personally had that issue and I don't know anyone that has that issue. But I'm pretty sure you can look it up online and maybe you can find some type of resources. I should look that up myself for where I live at because just in case I do need to recommend that to someone. Because to be honest, I can tell you about food banks, I can tell you about homeless shelters, you know, I can tell you about things like that. But when it comes to sex addiction, I've never come across that before. So the only thing I can suggest is to look it up online, you know. Plus, like I said, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, so I don't know about other states. I mean, maybe there could be like some type of county or city or state type programs. Pretty sure maybe it runs like that because I feel like drug addiction is like that, I believe. But yeah, And it's interesting because at the bottom of the deck is turquoise. Excuse me. So I feel like you will eventually get to that point of the conversation. And I think the conversation that you're contemplating is seeking help. Because at first I was like, what is the conversation? And like I said earlier, I was sensing Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords represents truth, clarity, communication. So I think one day you're eventually going to decide to get the help. I can see it in the cards. You are going to decide to get the help. So hopefully, whoever you are, you'll hear this message and you will get that help that you need. I wish you the best of luck. I think that you'll be okay because I see that you're going to do the work. And it's interesting because at the bottom of the deck after turquoise is citrine. And this is a lighter orange. So I feel like it'll lessen and lessen. You'll be able to tame that beast. But yeah, so that is the reading. That was very specific. So like I said, if it doesn't resonate, I'll be doing other readings. But that is the reading for today. I'm trying to think when's the next reading. I just realized today, I don't know how I forgot this, but I think I was going to mention this yesterday, but I forgot, like I said. It is Pride Month, so happy Pride Month to those that celebrate. I do want to include some Pride readings for the LGBTQ community. I'm trying to think when to do it though. I definitely want to get that in. I wasn't sensing a specific sexuality, but whoever you are, get the help that you need, So I hope that helps. Like I said, I'll be doing more readings. I need to redo my schedule a little bit because I need to include some LGBTQ community type readings because of this month. There's a lot going on in this month. It's amazing how many things is going on this month. Like, you got Father's Day, you got Juneteenth, you got Pride. Like, fuck, I think there's something else maybe. No, that was last month, Eid. I think that's it. Shit, there don't need to be nothing else. Because, damn, that's 3 things. Excuse me. And then you got Gemini season. Then it's going to be Cancer season. There's a lot going on this damn month. Shit. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Definitely going to be doing another reading on 6/6. That is a manifesting day. Like I just said, I'm going to do some readings on, for Pride. And yeah, just stay tuned. And thank you for watching. And we're trying to get to 10 subscribers. Because like I said, once we get to 10 subscribers, can't talk now for some reason. I'm losing it. 10 subscribers, I'm going to give a free reading. Once we get that 10 subscribers. So get me to 10 subscribers. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Have a wonderful day.